大家好，我们现在目前正在上海 CES Asia 的展会上。CES 呢是美国一项传统的科技展会，通常都只在美国本土展示。那么这一次呢，也是 CES 首次来到亚洲。在本次展会中呢，我们将主要关注3个方面。第一个方面呢是智能汽车的互联，第二个方面呢是智能可穿戴设备，第3个方面呢是智能家居。那么本次呢，我们也特意邀请了美国 IEEE 的高级会员以及西南区理事 Coughlin 先生来为我们来谈一谈他关于本次展会的一些想法和观点。
Since we all know that CES is an American traditional conference, so why this time they choose China to do the thing?
So I think China is a natural place to have a conference on consumer electronics because so much of the consumer electronics is made here. The vast majority of all the consumer electronics used everywhere in the world comes from China. And I know you have a big internal market, but you're also serving an international market. So I think for both reasons, and because there's technologies and capabilities developing in China, it makes a lot of sense to have a CES show in Asia that's based in China.
So nowadays there are a lot of Chinese companies that make their big efforts to sell their products on the global side. So what suggestion do you have for these companies to help them sell more products?
So I think if you're going to compete on a world market, you have to have products that have a combination of technical excellence, good reliability, that they're built with with standards, that make them interact with other things that people have in their lives. And then if you're going to be really successful, the companies need to be thinking about what can they do that adds something that will enrich people's lives. And maybe even in ways which, say, Apple or Sony in the past, some of the big companies that have been or Google, companies have been very successful in the consumer areas. What is it that Chinese companies can bring that's unique and yet will enrich other people's lives, will bring them something that nobody else has been able to offer before? I think those are the big things that they can do that will enrich their products, allow them to make better products that will serve more consumers' interests, and perhaps to provide something new on the face of the earth that's never existed before.
So among all these products, which impressed you the most?
So I think we saw the JD products there with the connectivity of all these devices and things they can do. Some are voice activated. They allow us to do various sorts of things, but they can communicate with each other with our devices. I think those things are a great wave of the future. They're part of a whole trend of building intelligence and connectivity into the things around us to make a large network of devices that can interact, that we can use for various things. And I think that's one of the things that I think is the most interesting, that is in that booth, but in other booths around here as well, is these devices, it's a trend they call the Internet of Things, but where we're starting to develop standards and technologies that can allow us to be able to interact with the things around us, to know more about our world, to know more about each other, and interact in ways which people have never been able to do before, and to go to places that's never been possible before, vicariously or in person. And also you saw that in the automobiles too, right? The automobiles are carrying our technology with us, but in a sense they're allowing us ways of expanding our presence, by knowing if there's cars coming from the side, by giving you some idea where you can go that you'll avoid hitting things. That mankind benefits from creating prosthetic devices that can enhance our own capabilities and allow us to do things that have never been possible before. And I think what we see here is in all these consumer products is the use of human imagination and our ability to find out about the world around us and to manipulate that in ways that allow us to change things and to know our world and know each other in new and exciting and fascinating ways. And where this leads in the future, assuming we can build everything else we'll need to make this stuff work, like batteries, that will be very, very interesting to see what happens.